Hello, my dear Aries. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between May 16 to May 31st, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Zero Marchetti, and I will start shuffling your cards. I call the Divine with love and light. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Aries viewers. So, I want my dear Aries to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I also want to take the chance to tell you that Mercury is moving direct. Actually, today when I'm recording this, the 5th of May, moving direct in Taurus during this period that we are talking about. And also Jupiter is still moving retrograde in Libra and will continue doing so until it stations June 10. Saturn is moving retrograde in Sagittarius until the end of August. Pluto is moving retrograde in Capricorn until the end of September. And we will have the new moon in Gemini, May 26th. And also the sun will move into Gemini, May 21st. And Mars is already there. In your sign, we have both Venus moving now direct, thank God, and also Uranus is in your sign. Mercury is in Taurus, that I already told you, and Neptune is in Pisces. So Neptune is actually the planet that rules Pisces, so that's very powerful. Okay, so I will just tune in for a few seconds. So, my dear Aries, this is your future, this is your now, and this is the past. So, the now is probably the second part of May 2017. Whenever you watch this is probably the exact right time for you to see it. You can also watch the reading several times during this period and get more insights. So the first card for you is the Justice card. Justice is Libra, and we have Jupiter moving retrograde in Libra. Jupiter is a very big planet, so it exposes all the imbalances in your life. All where you have taken more than you have given, or given more than you have taken, or where there are like hidden agendas, hidden wars, hidden dreams, hidden longings, everything that's not balanced and kind of out in the open and freed by truth needs to come to surface now. So we have justice. I've seen this with many of the readings right now. So it's very important to not overwork, overeat, give too much, give too little. You need to find balance. You need to find your point of balance. What's being very aware here, like with the swords here, trying to be very awake. See what's kind of getting you into balance and what's throwing you out. Is it when you do too much chores and you become like stressed and then you get angry and blow it off the top? Then that's making you go out of balance. So less work for you. Is it what someone says that makes you throw you out of balance? Okay, so then work on letting go of control. Don't take things personally. You can't really control others, only yourself. And also this might be about boundaries. If you are giving too much or maybe withstanding a certain kind of behavior, you need to have more firm boundaries, more cool diplomatic boundaries, like no, I'm not into this, and I don't like when you are saying those things to me. This is my line, this is my boundary. So if we feel very weak, we will have big boundaries. If we feel very strong, we will have not so big boundaries, but they are very like decisive. They're very much there. And it's like it's going every time someone is hitting those boundaries, a big no. So it's like no discussions. For those being very afraid, you will have maybe also lock you inside your tower and become like very safe in your tower. But that's not a place of love or soul. It's a place of ego. So it's also the ego's time to go here and need to make more room for the soul in your body. So Nine of Wands is it's the Hermit. It's connected to the Hermit card. This is about being a loner. Everyone else is kind of out to get you, and you always need to fight for your right to be alive. And it's always a struggle. Life is a struggle. It's like you have armored yourself like a warrior here, and you're expecting trouble. So trouble will of course come because your thoughts become the house you live in. And if you are acting in a way that's very powerful and indestructible to save yourself, you will probably be calm and doing those things that you are afraid that other people will do towards you. So this is creating karma. This is not releasing it. So with Nine of Wands, you need to look at your wounds and how you are carrying them, how you are kind of protecting yourself from reliving the same thing. That protection is probably what's going to make it happen for you again and again and again and again. So Nine of Wands is again about boundaries, but it's also about having the stamina to withstand something that is a little bit painful and yet bow your head for the will of the divine. You can't control other people. You can't control your destiny, kind of with this like, no, this was not supposed to happen. This shouldn't have happened to me. You can just bow to whatever is and accept whatever is. But you still can put out boundaries, like healthy boundaries. You are entitled to say what you like and what you don't like. You are entitled to have a voice. You are entitled to stand your ground. You are entitled to be in your soul's power. This is about strength, picking up strength also from deep, deep roots of yourself to be able to accomplish something or to be able to withstand how can we say this? Maybe challenges is a good word, to withstand challenges and go through them. But it's always with the Nine of Wands, it's a little bit dangerous, or it's a danger that you will overdo it. You will fight too much. You will always be in battle. You will never see when the battle is over. The battle is continuing in your head. It's like coming home from the front and still having war inside of you. So try to look at that. Let it be a war inside of you. Let you hear yourself thinking, well, that person is just out to get me. And that was her evil plan. And yes, listen to that. You're still in war. So just listen. Be aware of what's going on. So here is you. This is Queen of Wands. Aries usually. Can be Leo and Sagittarius as well. But this is Queen of Wands. She's an Amazonas warrior. She is like this fierce feminist kind of person, but she has this beautiful compassion both to herself and to others, and she's very good with this, with boundaries, because she don't have unnecessary boundaries. She doesn't have like just boundaries just for the sake of it. It's me that decide the order here, so I decide, I have the power. She's not like that. She's more like she has a boundary because she feels it's healthy. It gives her a feeling of self-respect and worthiness. She don't put her boundaries in your face and like, you crossed my boundary here. That's the end of you. She's not like this because she's very experienced. You are the head, Aries. You came first, so she has lived many, many lifetimes. She's have seen it all, so that's why she can be compassionate. But that's also why she is a little bit like a wounded warrior. So whenever someone steps on her toes, because she has those boundaries, they're still there, she might like just by instinct push them away. So you look at yourself and let yourself be yourself to the fullest, but just look. Look at yourself with a clear head, with a clear vision, with truth. And if you don't like what you see, you don't have to judge yourself. You can just decide that you don't like this personality trait with you, and you don't have to do anything about it, just see it. Naturally, you will change if this is accordingly with your soul, or you will learn to love this personality trait with you and think that it's splendid because you can use it at work or in professional situation, or when you are in a deep battle about a contract or something like this. So start to just see yourself. See your reaction, especially your reaction. Very exciting to look at how you react to different things, and also feel about your moral core values. Where are they? Where are the ones that you can't compromise with? Where are the ones you can compromise with? And where do you have your deal breakers? Like when you are going to say to a person, well, never no more. I build a fence towards you and we can never talk again. There's deal breakers as well. You will have them. But you need to be sure about them, because you can't like go around chopping off people's head, and that will make you very lonely. Warriors are usually very lonely. They don't have anyone to turn to because everyone expects fights from them, or drama or conflicts. So just watch yourself, watch what's getting you into balance when you feel emotionally calm and you don't get upset, you don't explode. The Queen of Wands has the tendency to explode. And see also when you grind your teeth and just like, oh, I wish I could do this, but I don't. So look at those things as well, where you are this brave and kind of suppress yourself because maybe you are not supposed to. There's a lot of things to be taken in consideration here. So first you need to watch yourself, see yourself. Look more on the inside of you, what's happening on the inside of you, than how other people react to you or what they are doing, because it's not personal. They are up in their stuff. They are reacting to their inner demons. If you can start to see your inner demons and where you kind of dislike yourself, or where you are not being straightforward with what you want, then you will be able to get to know yourself. And then you can communicate with others in a way so they can start to understand yourself. But first, you need to understand you. So don't mind so much about what other people are doing. More see your own reaction to what they are doing. So that person should have met me there, but they didn't show up. So now I'm going to hate them for the rest of my life. But instead, you can just feel, okay, so this is how I feel when people don't show up to meetings. I have no idea why they didn't show up, but my reaction is to hate them. So that was interesting. You can write it down in your book as well. I love when people make notice of things, because those reactions within you want attention. That's why they're so intense. They want attention. They want to be seen. They want to be seen. So you need to give them this courtesy. They have raised this vibration and waken up inside you, and you just want to push it away and not see it. Try to be more respectful towards yourself and actually notice your own reactions and write it down. So it might be interesting. You might really don't know why this is happening, but when you go back like 6 months from now and read what you have written, you will finally get answers. Then you will like and be enlightened. You will feel like, yes, okay, now I see. Because you have got some distance to the problem, and you now see, okay, that's why I reacted, and so this is what I can do the next time. And so this is a spiritual journey. We are here to get to know ourselves. So give that a lot of attention. The next card here, is the Six of Wands. That's Jupiter in Leo, actually. So we have actually Jupiter is in Libra, but here it's in Leo. So I think this is about your fiery personality, that you need to actually accept what you are, accept your fire, accept that there's good things with this fire and it's bad things with this fire. But here, just accept the way you are. This is a white horse, known feelings, things that you have seen, instincts that you have seen, your reactions you have that you have seen. So you're becoming to notice yourself, you're becoming to see yourself. This beautiful temple is your body. It's the house where your soul rejoices. So take good care of your body. You can also see the whole picture of the solar system out there, showing you that you are affected. Your body is affected by what's happening on a galactic level. So it's a new school day, and different things will affect you different times. So it's different things that you need to learn. For now, it seems to be that you need to learn to align with yourself. Also, this is a symbol for Neptune and also victory. So hold your feelings high up in honor. Honor your feelings. Listen to them. They are there for a reason. They are both your biofeedback system and your contact with your subconscious and also the divine. So when a warning light flashes off in your feelings, it's for a reason. It's not for you to put a tape over there and kind of forget that there's no oil in your engine. That can actually lead to catastrophe. You also have dragon symbols, so you're walking together with the divine. When you become more aware, more self-aware, more self-aligned, like yourself, like your own expression, like your own personality, then you're also becoming more divine. You are not blanking out things with yourself that you don't want to see. You're actually becoming like more a peaceful warrior here, because you are getting more calm. There's no so much fighting anymore, so not so much resistance. It's like you have yielded. So, okay, this is who I am. So this was the hand I was given by God. She wanted me like this, so she planted me like this in this garden of earth. So here you have a Two of Swords. Two of Swords is Libra again. So it might indicate think before you speak. I want you to be able to communicate yourself truly. We saw with the Six of Wands here that you need to be very truthful and aligned with you. But you don't have to say, I hate you. You can say, what you said now made me really angry. So that's a different way. It's like avoiding conflicts, avoiding open battles, avoiding enemies. You don't have to have enemies it's like, I feel this old warrior sense with you, like like battle hasn't left you, and you need to find ways to work in society. The Two of Swords has a mask on and also a veil before their eyes, and I don't really like that. I don't want people to wear a mask. I want you to be bluntly you. But Two of Swords is also this card about being the one that makes fair judgment calls. So if you don't see your opponent and they don't see you, or not the opponent, if you don't see the situation that you are going to judge in, you just hear their voice, that they just tell you their story. Your insight tell you your story, you hear the story for the other. And if you are not so involved in the battle, like emotionally invested, or like I want to have it my way, if you can be more like calm and cool behind your curtain here, and make like it's almost like this going to the getting the forgiveness for your sins with a Catholic Church, the one that sits behind the curtain, sits behind the wall, and just giving you a fair judgment of the situation. So this is kind of common sense. You can use this as a filter before you say something outside in the world that you might regret, because you have a lot of fire here, and you are a fire sign, and things wants to come out, like the truth. So let the truth come out, but just take a moment and just take a deep breath and fill your lungs with air, and then see this vision of how this can be like sorted out in a very diplomatic way. You can still be this calm warrior, almost like a rainbow warrior. You have this strength. You're sitting on this energy, like this warrior energy, but it's not longer for destruction. It's for the protection of peace and protection of understanding and balance. You want balance in your life. You don't want this like, oh, now I'm so angry and now I'm regretting this, so I try to make everyone happy again. It's like duck, 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 duck. Try to find balance. Balance. This was in the past, so for some of you watching in early May, this might be happening now. And here is your now, the end of May. Here we have the Temperance card. So Temperance is also about things like temper yourself. Don't just say what comes out of your mouth immediately. Fire and water being mixed together. Your fire needs to be mixed with compassion. Not to leave this power junky structure behind, this territorial pissing, this I'm so afraid of you, so I will build big fences because I feel so small and inadequate. So here it's about actually taking in that other culture, taking in that other personality, trying to make peace with them, find out what they can offer. We see the light here comes from this direction. It's like your soul is coming in here because balance is created, and you can see like the other person's point of view, and you can with your experience being able to walk a mile in their shoes due to having lived so many lives, you can also feel them and have this beautiful compassion. The Temperance card looks very beautiful, but underneath the surface it's more like a war actually. It's more like 5 of Wands, like two people not coming along at all because they have different culture, different way of communicating, different everything. So one side needs to learn from the other side, like caving. Okay, so I understand you are working like this, and when you said this, you meant this, and seeing, okay, that's good. That way of looking at a thing might also be very correct. It wasn't only my side, and the other person is doing the same. So you get a lot of experience here. You are experiencing the other person's point of view, taking in a different worldview. That might make you connect. When you can understand, you can also connect, and you can like overcome your battles. So the Temperance card, before you met this person or went into this situation, you were rather ignorant. You knew only your side of things. And now you know another person's or another worldly view of things. And that's making you like twice as much as you were before. And this is why we're here, to make those experiences, not to stay in our box and fight for our right to have our will through. Here we have the Hangman, and it comes underneath this little bit troubled 9 of Wands. It's like you are living in a prison of your own making, and your old ways of working things out with this warrior attitude is not going to help you this time. It's like it's rather has been putting you in prison. I feel for some of you, you will feel very lonely because you might have alienated a lot of your friends or partners. And for others, it will be that you have kind of intimidated yourself, so you're afraid to move. If you make a wrong move or make a mistake, you will chop off your own head, or someone else will do it for you because you mirror this this fear in the outside world. We see here also that this person still fights, still stands up. This has been flipped over, losing a lot of money. So it's like the ego needs to go. You are not going to need the ego anymore. Let go of control. Whatever happens, happens. I still want you to dream, because your soul dreams about the light. It always wants to strive towards the light. And it's always going to meet like adversity or struggle or challenges. And this is how we grow. So I want you to keep your dreams, but don't mind like how they come to you, in what form. Have a little faith. You can only do so much. You can do your part, like do everything in the way that you want to do things. And then whatever happens, whatever being represented back to you, this, you don't have control over this. So this is where you need to let go and kind of have faith that you might not always get what you want, but you will always get what you need to be challenged enough to grow. So the Hangman is actually a card about maturity, right? It's like you're going through a passion a passage is better, a passage for maturity. And it's a time where you can mirror yourself. So time is kind of standing still here. You are not going to be able to move out from a situation until you have learned a certain thing. You have 11, 12. So it's like you're stuck in this loop because it's something where you make imbalance in your life. That you need to see this. You have, it's actually Neptune here behind due to my book, but it's both looks like and feels more like Uranus, like the big teacher. It's actually the Uranus symbol is a hangman like this. So I think it's beautiful. This is a very teaching situation for you. So all the exits are closed, so you can't use your old survival skills to get out of here. Either your emotions will be in the way, or you will want to ever forget, or you will like stumble and fall every time you try to flee. So things will happen and be put in your way, and it's the divine that they have kind of flipped your car so you won't be able to drive so fast in any direction because they want you to take in another side. It's like it's almost like a very masculine energy that needs to calm down, stop struggling, stop with the wars, and actually start to listen instead. Listen to the energy of others, or listen to what other people have to say, and most important of all, listen to your own inner, like your own heartbeat. What is your body trying to tell you? Because you have gone on here with a very like I will never bend or buckle kind of attitude. So probably you haven't been listening to yourself either. And here, really central, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment is about becoming your whole full self, and it comes underneath Aries. So it's about you becoming your true full self and accepting every part of you like a part of you. You can't just deny one part of you and say that's bad and I'm not going to come to heaven if I'm like that. That's your shadow. You need to integrate it and see what God intended with making you being born with that thing. Maybe you are supposed to do something good about it. Maybe you can use this for like a good, beautiful energy. Maybe it's just a strong energy that if you are careless with it, it can cause like big destruction. But if you use it in a very mature and like awakened state, you might be able to use it for great beneficial of all. So it's like having a weapon. You can use it to free or to destroy. So you can cut loose the ropes or you can kill someone. That's different uses of a sword. And here you have the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands, this fire, the wand that he's holding here, it's really important. It's about what your soul wants. It's no longer what you want or your ego want. It is what your soul want. And it might be scary things like open up to and be vulnerable, showing people who you really are, like in your core, doing something very brave, being courageous, making a decision, finding what you are burning for, what's your longing here. It's something you long for with your soul. It's coming it's very direct here. So what is it? You need to find it out. The next card is actually Five of Wands. So Five of Wands is the Earth version of the Temperance card, when you're supposed to learn from the other person's point of view. So usually when human beings try to learn this, it looks a little bit like this. This is a tree, kind of a family tree, or someone being connected that have this internal battle. So this internal battle might be going on also in you, like you like certain things about you and other things you want to eliminate, and it's not going to work. Everything with you needs to be like seen, and we have a little problem with looking here. So it might be that you have like shadowy sides with yourself that you don't dare to even look at, but it's time to look at them now with open eyes and feel the full extent of the feelings, because those persons are upset because they are hurt and they are scared and they have big fears. So That's why they are doing this. They are not doing this because they are calm, enlightened people. So if you try to look a little bit at your fears, your fearful feelings, you might be able to see what the inner conflict is all about, what it is that you can't really deal with when it comes to you. Maybe it's so horrible or so shameful, or it's not accordingly with the rules or how you're supposed to behave, so you can't even look at it. But now it's time to both look at it, give it full attention, and integrate it in your personality, because it's a part of your soul, and all your soul parts needs to be with you in this time. We are going to kind of leave old karma behind and pick up all our soul parts, because we are supposed to evolve, and we can't do it if we are just half of what we are supposed to be. So try to unite with yourself and look at also the really evil, scary parts with you, and see what they are about, and learn to love those parts as well, and integrate them and use them for good causes. It's a strength, and it can be used, as I said, to hurt or to heal. So that was in the now, and here you have the future. In the future you have the King of Wands, so that's of course you. It can also be Leo or Sagittarius, but it seems here that you will find your fiery parts of yourself that might have been very scary, but you're actually going to integrate them and become whole. And this is a king, so it's kind of a whole person, a person that loves every bit and part of himself, and being able to use it in different ways. When you are a boss or a king or a head of state or head of your group of people, you are going to have like many different skills. You are going to have to support people. If you're a boss, for example, at work, you're going to have to support people when they are going through something that's really personally, but actually affecting their ability to be able to work. So you will have to maybe pick people up that has drug problems, or you will have to give people time off when they have got this message that someone has died, and you need to have this compassionate side. But you're also going to have the leadership side, like being able to say, okay, so enough is enough. From now on, I'm going to put you on rehab, and if you are not going through with this rehab program, you won't have a work to go back to anymore. So a leader is supposed to have both those skills. It's just that you might have been using those leadership skills where you thought it was safe. Maybe you have used them against vulnerable people, like children or other people that actually just wants the best of you. And there you have used your shadow, the part of you that you have suppressed because you thought it was bad. And so you use it, it comes up like a shadow. You can't really handle it. It comes up in situations where you get pushed or feel threatened, and where it's simple, like people that loves you unconditionally. So usually it's like this. We use our shadows against the people that we actually love and cherish the most, because they are the only one we think that will tolerate it. So this could be a very good way to alienate other people and make no one love us anymore. So what you need to do now is to be able to be aware of your shadow and use those skills of authority where they're actually needed. When there's actually like another authority that needs to be put on its right place, or a person not doing their deal, they're not end of the bargain. So it's time to not be so chicken anymore, and not be afraid of your strength, and not be afraid of other people's strength, and like become more cool and more compassionate and more of a true leader, not this like distorted version of a leader. So the next card here is the Empress. So that's very beautiful because it comes underneath the Hangman and the Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is 9 months. 9 months of warrior, hanging, not being able to get out of their prison. 12 is also 1 + 2, it's 3. It's the Empress, so it's being pregnant here. Pregnant with something new, the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine builds bridges between people, builds homes, builds safe havens, giving birth, producing beautiful things, being outgiving, outpouring. So this is a new way. It's like you are going to have to take in your feminine side and maybe become less like a worker and more like a Buddha figure. The King of Wands together with the Empress is like, it's like a human being whole and full and not doing so much, but actually just pouring out the love in the world like this, and kind of sitting and holding the grid and just being happy. So it's very beautiful, calm energy that's not very much like a warrior. So maybe it's time for you to take in your true feminine side. We have the Queen of Wands here together with the Empress and the King of Wands. So the divine masculine and the divine feminine becoming in true balance inside of you. So both being able to be decisive and outgiving, taking, receiving, giving out, this breath kind of thing in balance. So the next card is Strength, and it comes underneath this you, Queen of Wands, Aries, and Judgment and Strength. So when you align with yourself and wake up all your soul parts that you have put in the shadow, you will become a strong person. You will become your whole self, like very much open and vulnerable. She doesn't have so much clothes, and yet this very strong person. So we will see like much more adult Aries from now on. People being so cool with their strength that they don't feel threatened by anything or anyone, and they are acting very impulsively, straight from the core, straight from their soul. It's an arch again, like what we saw with the Empress. So it's this feminine energy that's very strong and powerful and sustains life, sustains connection, doesn't cut off your head, but actually is there like a strong teacher with endless patience to make the students see what they need to see. So it's like you are going to have a much more calmer temper. You're going to be more of a watcher, more laid back, more sitting and seeing, noticing yourself, noticing your own reaction, noticing other people's reaction, coming with a cool answer. It looks very, very divine and very laid back, and this is not energy that will start any war. We actually have the North node going into Leo now. It has been in Virgo, so that's going to mean that everyone is going to be more their individual self, the person that they were supposed to be, but they are also going to connect with their soul family. So this is what I see for you, Aries, here. The next card is a 10 of coins. So it seems like family values or building values for a long time, long haul is important for you. It comes underneath this row of your soul. So you don't want to alienate people. You want to have like your group, your family close to you. You want to build something that's strong for the future, strong communities where we share love and abundance. And it comes here from the warrior waking up to what's really valuable. Is it the war, or is it what you are fighting for, what you have been trying to protect? When did the war become more important than the actual value that you were supposed to protect? Well, now you don't have to think about that, because you are going to change your mind and actually see what's being valuable here and what's not. You also have this side of you there's a little bit problem with the Two of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. So it's like this. If people don't love you for the person that you truly are, and I don't mean an aggressive warrior, chopping heads off kind of person, but if you show your true self and they don't side with you, it might be like a time where you need to side with yourself anyway, even if there's hard resistance. So do this anyway, even if you don't get the reward you are expecting. So do this anyway. When you change, the world will change with you. This is Pisces, of course, with the Neptune thing. The deep feelings of it all is going to be revealed, and it's also coming from yourself here and your soul. We have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands in the Eight of Cups. You want to be strong. You want to be like self-sufficient and all that, but now you're going to have to face your feelings. Maybe your body is protesting, maybe it's you need to look more at your biofeedback. Maybe you have deep wounds and pains that you have figured out that you couldn't have if you are supposed to be a strong warrior. You need to look like invincible, not one that you can defeat. But now you need to look at those weaknesses that you might feel that you have. Look at where you are losing energy. To what? It's a hole. It's a big hole here. You have a wound here. So you need to start to go deeper within yourself. First watch yourself and then go deeper and deeper. And there's no end to what treasures you will find. Not all people will understand you, and you might not get the best reaction at first, but that isn't going to change much because you have become very self-loving here during this process. So whatever people do, you are not going to take it personally, and you're not going to attach to it because you have more important things to do. You're about to integrate your soul. So if people don't understand you or don't want to be with you anymore, you just leave them behind. Not maybe forever. We see the Eight of Cups with many people right now, and that's why we need to go inside and find ourselves and find what's kind of out of harmony. This is an 8, so it's an eternity symbol, like having the same nightmare over and over again until you get it. And when you get it, you won't have that nightmare anymore. So it's like you need to go inside, look at the wound, find out why you hidden things in the first place, because the Eight of Cups is kind of you have tried and tried to be someone else with other people, and one day you are fed up and you can't be someone else anymore. So you think that, well, now you are going to be abandoned, or you need to abandon them, because now when you can't put up this charade anymore, they will hate you for it, and it's bye-bye. But it's not this way, it's the other way. When you connect to yourself, your true self, other will also be able to be more connected with you, because you're showing your true self. Okay, I will take some cards from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Let's see here. Can have some more. We have the Shadow Queen here. The Shadow Queen is the things with you that you have hidden because they were too ugly for you to look at, and now you need to look at them. You have many cards here supporting this. It's both the Nine of Wands and the Hangman and the Judgment and the Eight of Cups here. So you need to go inwardly to find yourself and find your shadow, because it's going to be brought out in daylight. First you need have your attention span on what's happening within you. That's the entrance, that's the gateway to this shadowy realm. You also have the cosmos, creativity, wasteness. So you're working together with the divine on this, and they are helping you. You are not alone in this, and they want the same thing as do you. There's this cord you have at night when you dream this nightmare again and again, and they are just trying to help you to see yourself and understand yourself and make another decision that's more healthy, and change your old soul contracts to better things, and use your strength where it's needed to take responsibility and support instead of destruction. Okay, so past life oracle cards. Monk or nun, and wars and battles. So you might have chosen either or, and now you need to find like a middle way. Not keeping yourself like controlled, and not having your like, okay, I will be good from now on, I will never do a bad thing again, ever, ever, ever. I put these vows here, I'm not going to break them. That's you in one life. Next life, you're a full-blown warrior again. And in this life, there might be a struggle between those two. One wants to be like all goody-goody, and the other one is like, but I'm a warrior. So if you can integrate this warrior in your goody-goodiness, then you will become a rainbow warrior, like a whole person. This Judgment card, all of you on the same place. You want to be good, but you use your shadowy sides for goodness. Not to destroy, but to build. Use your strength to build, to give freedom to those that isn't freed yet, giving justice to those who doesn't have justice, helping the weak with your strength. So, a rainbow warrior for you. Okay, my dear Aries, I hope this helped. And I'm very grateful for you watching this far, and also for all of you liking, subscribing, and commenting very beautiful to my videos. I want you to take really good care and really work with watching yourself during this time. Just watch, take notice, just see yourself, get to know yourself. It will be very valuable. It will change your life. Okay. I hope to see you again in the beginning of June. Bye bye.